Hi everyone, this is Francisco, and I just wanted to record this video to say that, like, people don't really give a fuck about anything in this world, honestly. Um, if you stop paying your monthly bills for your house, your car, it just it doesn't work, right? It doesn't work out that way. It's the same way with adding fuel to your vehicle. It doesn't work that way. It's not going to run. It's not going to operate. Um, what happens if you don't show up to work? Someone's going to replace you. You're not going to get that monthly paycheck, that weekly paycheck. Or money, money transferred to your bank account. So like in reality, you know, what the system really needs to do is perfect everything, because that's what we're dealing with here. Not, people that are just trying to make money, because who isn't trying to make money? Right? Everyone's trying to make money. Everyone wants this, everyone wants that. And I won't say everyone, you know, respectfully, Um and I don't know, like I'm more like helping people out, because I love everyone. Um Everyone's creative and people matter. We just never know, who is going to change the world for the better. We just never know. So like um I came up with another idea that a lot of you will love. I know you guys will love it. And basically all it is a small little invention that can be sold at the Dollar Tree, or like online, like Alibaba all day long, Amazon all day long, for $1. And all it is a tiny, tiny little vial, and it's sealed off on both ends, and it's attached to a sticker. Like, okay, why would anyone want to buy that, right? Well, think about all the inventions that could use that. It's a leveler. Like, I installed these, the towel rails, and basically you have to put a screw, and then they have that little template, so it tells you like where to put the other screw, but then you don't know if it's leveled or not. So by adding that little sticker on your invention, on your product, when you sell it, and it's only $1, so you put that on your thing, and it helps people to just use that template that you created. And you won't even have to go get a leveler. That little thing will act like the leveler, and once that bubble is in the center, then you have it somewhat leveled, and then that's where you will, go ahead and put the other side, the for the rail. Um, and I thought it was a great idea. I think that stuff will sell like crazy, because there's so many inventions out there, so many ideas, and it would just make it easier for people. Like, imagine installing those things all day long, right? People use the templates. Some people just measure from the ground up. like an approximate um, height, and then they put um, that paper with the instructions or the cheat sheet paper on the wall, and then they kind of go off that, right? But I don't know. It's just an idea, and although someone can potentially make a lot of money off of it, as their like royalty or whatever, or well, I don't know, I don't really know how all that stuff works, but it's just like an implementation on that little, instruction manual, and that little vial can be made out of plastic. It's so tiny that it's not going to break or anything, and if it does, it will just get all over the paper, and it could be made out of plastic, so no harm really done, and that water will just evaporate. But it is a liquid, but it's not a chemical, but it is a liquid. So, you guys have to think about that, especially when transporting these units out to different, um, countries or whatever, or different states. I don't know. All that stuff for shipping purposes. Um, but yeah, it's kind of crazy, like we can get injured at the job site, and someone just replaces us. It's that simple for a business, and that's why the businesses have insurance. So it's like it's kind of crazy how like all this operates. But that's why I personally just come up with ideas and I share them. Like, oh, think about gutters. Like gutters, some people that install gutters, like these little sticky little levelers will be good for that, because they'll be able to align it. Like there could be a line on the sticker on top of it or the bottom. Like it could have a lot of horizontal lines, and basically you'll basically tape it where there's a straight line on on the on the product, where you want it to be somewhat level. The most accurate the better, but you kind of get it just right and glue it on there and you're good to go. So that would tell you, like if it's, leveled, or if it's sloping, and then kind of it would kind of tell you like how much is sloping and all that. So I think it's a great idea, a simple one at that, and it could be used for a lot of projects, like I said. But yeah, like it's fucking crazy, because like right now, like I've been thinking about a lot of ideas, right? Making money and shit. And I thought about like real estate. There's a lot of people out there renting rental space, $500 to like $700 a month. And there's some homes out there, even if you get an RV, plug in some of the properties have electricity, water, um, sewage there, connect all that. And why pay $700, $500 a month for rental space forever. Since everything's all about money, and you guys can be renting these things. Like, some people are thinking, like, what if the police force was hearing what I'm saying, and then they just concluded, you know what, Francisco's right. Fuck all this. I'm over here putting my life on the line, doing this, doing that. And if I don't show up to work, I get fired. Right? So, in reality, no one gives a fuck about anyone. It's all really all about money. But my thought about all this is to perfect the system, because the system cares about people. People just assume that the system doesn't care about people, but in reality it does. So it's all about working, obviously, and just loving on people, helping people. That's what I believe in, because when I go out there and I clean windows for people, they get so happy. I bless them. It's like going to a car wash, but now they have machines that do it. So people are happy. They get what they want. They're happy. Um, People want houses. A lot of people out there, they're single. They don't have a house, and everyone is like all over everyone's business. So what people ultimately want is fucking privacy. You see what I'm saying? So we need to create more housing for everyone, and you guys can get paid for it right now. Like, a lot of you have millions of dollars. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, think about it. Even if it is a fucking badass fucking 20-foot fucking RV, rent that shit out. A lot of people will rent it out. And even if you guys put it at $300 per month, and the utilities are not included, so beware of that. Pay for that shit. $500 a month, but the utilities are not included. Pay for that shit. Just be aware so people can be educated, and people will be able to do this shit from a very young age. And especially with the help of the internet, the digital profile. Because the phone will give you notifications, or your banking, or your budget. It will give you warnings like, hey, if you buy this item, you're going to be going over your monthly budget and shit like that. So it will be instructing you, guiding you through to really consider if that's something you really want to buy or not. A lot of that shit. So yeah, like, there's so many ideas, so many things. People get injured, on the job site. There's a lot of inventions for that. Doctors, they patch you up. There's band-aids. That's an invention. They give you shots. That's an invention. If they put a fucking cast on you because you broke your arm or your foot or your leg, whatever, they put a cast. That's a fucking invention. Like, everything's an invention. Is it is like plaster. Think about it. It's like plaster for a house. Fucking cast. Like, I think some of us try to overthink things. There's so many ideas out there. So many So many hustles. Like my friend right now, he wants a concrete like enclosure box, kind of like this, like these plastic ones that are out here. But he wants it out of concrete. So I was thinking somehow making this go up. So this plastic thing can be filled with concrete and sold at a fraction or at a fraction of the cost, kind of like this here. This is a tumbler, bowl tumbler, and I have a lot of them, and they're drying, they're curing. I bought them for $1.99 at the Dollar Tree. You know, and all it is nothing but plastic. And all you have to do, fucking buy some concrete, and, you know, fill that shit up. Oh shit, look at that black widow. Fucking black widows are everywhere. So, you know, stuff like that, you know, like, and it basically, it's all what it is all a plastic injection with the concept of applying the smooth side on the outside, the exterior. But if it's a concrete mold, then all the imperfections can be outside on the exterior. So the concrete, like water takes any shape, any form of shape. So the same is true with concrete, because it's just like dirt or sand. It's going to take any shape pretty much. And it's filled with water, is mixed with water, and it has glue adhesive. It dries up, makes concrete. Or it's concrete. It's kind of like that in simplest terms, you know? So, so basically, fucking, you know, those are molds that can be sold. And they can be poured on the job site, because some of these molds, these concrete molds or whatever, they are broken when people are delivering them to the job site. They're loading them to trucks, and when they're loading them to trucks, you know, they get broken, or they hit a bump in the road, or whatever the case may be. You know, so it's not good. So with this idea, you would just have a fucking, you know, you call, you know, Quickcrete, the concrete mixing companies, like, hey, I need a fucking big load of concrete, and I need you guys to pour it on these molds. that I have here on the job site, you know, even if you have them on fucking flatbeds, big rigs, so, you have a level surface, and the big rigs could be self leveling, fucking pour that shit on there, unload them once they harden, and apply them where they need to be installed or whatever, or placing the plastic down and then just filling it with concrete. That's another idea. So it's simplifying our jobs, making lives people's lives easier, and creating less possibilities of injuries and shit like that. Because, some people care, some people don't care, but I mean, in reality, like, no one really cares because it's all about making money. Because without it, people in the world just don't give a fuck about you. That's why, like the Scarface movie, it says power, money, respect. These people don't give a fuck. People out there who are trying to make money, who have money, who are making money illegally or whatever, they don't give a fuck about anyone. They just want money. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it's cool and everything. Like, people want money, but for what reasons? Like, even if you had fucking $1 billion right now in your bank account, like, what are you planning on doing with that fucking money? Like, are you just trying to live for yourself? And that's fine. That's what a lot of people do. They go and they buy an island, they're living on in a motherfucking island, not giving a fuck about anyone, and having everything delivered with fucking Amazon or by plane, and they don't want anyone to bug them. They're just living out there. They could give a fuck less what the fuck's happening in the world or with other people and other people's involvements. They don't give a fuck. See what I'm saying? So, what I'm talking about is us coming up with ideas to help people, not to fuck people over. But some people find that to be a great way to make money. But that's why we have the internet. So we could target people like that who are. They're trying to target people like that so they can make money. Kind of like the you just got punked. You got punked, the episodes, and revenge prank. Like that. People are out there, they're doing some scandalous ass shit just so they can make money. And although these things were just like television shows, but who knows if they did that for reals just to fuck people over for real money. We just never know. And then there is a lot of people watching these fucking videos, these episodes. Like, who knows who got that clever idea a long time ago? And where the fuck did they get this idea from? And what other companies legally are doing this type of shit just because they have money? Like, who's regulating on all this shit? And who's ensuring that what they're doing is really actually happening? Like, that's all shit to consider. Those are all facts to consider. It's fucking crazy, right? It's fucking crazy. Because some people are not in it for other people. Some people are in it just for the money. So, some people have money right now, It's like they could all take off right now, and everyone else is like, well, Francisco has a point. It is all about money, so they took off. See, so what? After like panning, God is filtering the chaff from the wheat, as the Bible says. After panning, after classifying a lot of shit and panning it out, it reveals everyone's true colors. And that's exactly what the fucking internet is doing. You could be broke, you could be rich. Your real characteristics, your real colors are going to come out. They're going to be evident. Your real motives are going to be evident and clear. Are you just in this for money? Are you just in this to fucking, get rich? Are you in it to help people? Like, what the fuck are you even, what are your real motives and shit? And, that's why I just share all my ideas openly now, because they are poor man inventions. And because at the same time, I want people to challenge those ideas. I want people to come up with greater ideas. I want to be able to help people, because that's the way it's all. Like, my cousin explained it as energy. Like, he said we're all energy in this world. And maybe that's true. Maybe we are just energy. Like bugs outside. They're flying around. A bigger fucking bug eats the little one, and then that one's flying around, and something bigger eats that. And that's happening all day long. And that's all we're doing. We're feeding off each other's energy. Like look at all the evolution of inventions. You know, the vehicles, communication, houses, technology, everything. Look at everything. We just all fed on that energy, and we perfected it, and other people are looking at those ideas that other people think they're badass, but then they come up with a better solution, and then they come out with that, and then now people think that's badass. Like, look at all the movies back in the day. How people used to, like, just drive around, and their car had a fucking big ass phone. And they're like, I don't know if they were showing off. Maybe they weren't. Maybe it was just a tool for a job. Maybe they didn't give a fuck about the phone. But other people thought they were showing off. Some viewers thought, hey, this person's just fucking showing off and shit. But in reality, was that person showing off? We just never know that. It's not specified. We could only speculate. So, like, there's so many fucking inventions, so many ideas out there. And some people like to kiss ass to other people. Maybe it's a family member, and everyone's trying to make that person happy. Whether that person's wrong, or that maybe other people point out their fucking viewpoints, but ultimately everyone's kissing ass to one person. But at the end of the day, give it 5-10 years, and everyone is more lenient towards this other idea, and this whole concept over here that everyone used to idolize is no longer idolized. Everyone moved on to this other shit. And that's why I present my shit verbally, and I try to give illustrations with images, and I Photoshop them and shit like that, so it can paint a picture to viewers, to people, so they can challenge those concepts, so they could come up with greater ideas. That way, instead of it taking fucking 5-10 years down the line, we're expediting the whole process. Like, let's cut to the fucking chase. Let's cut the bullshit. In other words, let's cut the bullshit, and let's get straight to the fucking chase. Let's get straight to the point. It's like fuck all this other shit. Let's go straight to trial. That type of thing. Or it's like fuck trial, fuck all this shit. Like I'm guilty. How about that? Okay. Thank you very much. We can focus on the next case. You just saved a lot of people time and energy. Thank you for being honest. See how simple that shit is? Like I even thought about roads. Roads shouldn't be fucking black. They should be white. And this sun is just scorching my foot. You know, roads shouldn't be black. They should be white because it's more obvious. It's more, especially at night. It's obvious. It's more clear. It should be inverted. The yellow could stay yellow. But that's just my concept, my idea. And doing that, you know how much money it would require? You know how many people will be like, oh my God, if like the government decided, okay guys, we're making all the roads white. Everyone in the world will be like, oh my God, now we have to do all this work. Why? Because we didn't challenge all that from the very beginning. That's why. So to save each other headaches, we have to be direct. We have to be straight the fuck up, especially through the internet. And we have to do it respectfully, because the last thing we want is to irritate people, get people angry, get people, infuriated or whatever. And if you notice that, like, the best thing to do is just to walk away and do your own thing, because Google's doing amazing things. Like, they're copying every single book in the world. They're making a copy of it digitally. So everything's there. All the knowledge, all the wisdom, all that shit. Because everyone matters. Really, everyone matters. Like if you have a book, it's recorded. All your videos and all that, it's recorded. It's nothing. It's nothing. Time is nothing. Like there's probably so many memory chips for every single person in the world. So we could record all day long. It's nothing. But eventually we're going to run out of things to say and talk about. And even if we